Hi, Jen from Jen Michelle Coaching here, and today I want to talk about what place you're approaching love from. Are you approaching love from a space of separation? Or are you approaching it from a space of inner knowing, and why this matters so much in determining the long-term longevity and success within any stage of love. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. This begins with, are you in relationship with separation or an inner knowing, right? Are you going into the date, for example, holding space for yourself, feeling confident in what you have to offer? Or are you going into it from an energy of separation where you lose yourself and you forget that you get to decide too? And instead you go into it hoping to be picked, hoping to be chosen, right? Just like in grade school when maybe they're picking teams or something, right? We can enter this energetic quite often in life and not realize it, not realize that we're not holding space for what we deserve and what we're worthy of in this life. And so are you approaching love from this place of knowing, or are you approaching it from this space of pain and not being good enough and hoping that you can disguise and hide that well enough to get to the next level, right? This is so important in being powerful, energetic creators, because this is kind of that self-fulfilling prophecy at play. If we don't believe we're deserving and worthy of good things, it will just be a matter of time before we sabotage or block our blessings in these beautiful ways. But when we connect to not being perfect, but being deeply worthy and deserving and being in good relationship with our longings, it's from this space that we become very powerful conscious creators, because we are willing to receive the blessings in all of the different ways in which they're trying to enter our lives. And this is where we let go of how we think the ego perceives it as needing to be, and we open ourselves up to something far greater and see how we've been held and how good things are always coming in. And we're willing to see them from that deeper soul perspective, as opposed to in this very linear or rigid egoic type of way. Number 2, shift your energy first. Take deep accountability and deep self-responsibility for the energy that you're putting out into the world. If you're in a bad mood or you're in a funk, that's okay. This is not about like being happy 24/7 and having everything just be rainbows and ice cream type of thing. But it's like taking that deep self-responsibility for your energy, what you're feeling in a given moment, what would support you, and then taking that out there into the world. Maybe it means slowing down and doing a little bit more self-care at home. Maybe it means sharing with your partner or whatever you have going on that you're feeling a little tired and you can't, go do the active thing, but you are open to hanging out, but this is what you need. It's about like really being in tune with your energy, so you're not giving from an empty cup, and that everything you give from feels really aligned and natural and authentic. Because we get resentful, overwhelmed, and burnt out when we are showing up from what we think it should look like in the mind. And instead, we're meeting ourselves in that aligned space where it's like, I've had a shift in me and this is what I need. And so we're giving from this more full place of what we're actually capable of. Because it may seem like just giving more to get through the moment is okay, but you'll start to notice that it creates residual emotions that leave an unspoken sort of messiness in the dynamic. Most commonly, it's resentment, because the amount we are over functioning or giving from an empty cup, the more resentment is going to be present. So when we stop doing things from an inauthentic space, the first negative emotion to quiet is resentment. And as you begin to tend to these parts, you'll begin to see that there's room for more love, more laughter, more playfulness, more passion, more connection with you and the other in any stage of love. So really, really important energetic check-in tool. Number 3, be the person, embody the person that has the qualities in which you long to receive. There's this confusion around the masculine feminine where the feminine never gives, right? Where the man's just supposed to do everything. And these polarity boxes don't serve us well, right? So sometimes it feels good for me to treat my family. It doesn't mean because I consider myself feminine that I am never generous, that I never pay, or that I never step into what, is labeled masculine. It means that I'm being that in which I long to receive. So sometimes that means doing things differently than sort of the rules have taught us. And I do the generous thing because it feels good. Do I allow room for him to step in when it feels rightful for him? Yes. But there's this ability to see that we can still give and be generous and share our gifts in a way that feels like very authentic and free for us and still be feminine. And so this point is really important because I'll get a lot of questions from women dating. Do I let him pay? Can I ever pay? Am I ever allowed to call him? Can I send him a video clip? And the answer is yes. Yes, be the person in this world that you want to receive from. Do you do it from an empty cup or from a space of seeking reassurance? No, you do it from a space of not being attached to the outcome, loving yourself, and knowing that anything done from a pure heart and from the right place within is only going to draw what's meant for you into your life. And so this comes from really being in the body, letting go of all the articles and blogs and things you've read around how it has to look, and dropping in your body, letting go of anything you can't control, doing it from a full heart without expecting anything in return, surrendering it and handing the rest over to the larger masculine framework of God, source, universe, whatever that means for you. Please let me know how these points support you on your journey. I would love to hear. If you would like to work more intimately with me, I open my Awaken Through Surrender membership twice a year, and I'm going to be opening it up in February. So please fill out the application on the link below. I will be going through all of the applications and letting a very limited amount of ladies into the space so we can keep the community intimate and just special and active together. I'll see you all next week. Much love.